Why on earth did I think a 60-hour journey with 5 flights would be a good idea? Wearing jeans and carrying like loads and loads of stuff. When will I learn? Here at Auckland Airport again with my lovely mum. She's dropped me off. Yay! It's been so wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome
and
time.
Now I'm going to start my 60-hour journey to Portugal. 5 flights. It's going to be fun. This journey is starting from Auckland, New Zealand to Sydney, Australia with Air New Zealand. Then flying from Sydney to Singapore with Scoot. And from Singapore to Athens, Greece, also with Scoot. And from Athens, I'll fly to Madrid, Spain, and then to Lisbon, Portugal, with IBERIA. Checked in online in advance. Better go and see how I'm going with my 7-kilo bag. And of course, I've got my usual bag of other stuff. And my bag of food. Massive rookie mistake. They stopped my bag and it turns out I'd left my blinking water bottle full. Thought my food bag was heavy. But just in case you want to know, through security at Auckland Airport, toilet, and yay! Water fountains. Fantastic. It was kind of small and we're boarding early. The flight doesn't go till 8 p.m, but it's not even 7 o'clock and we're boarding in 10 minutes. So that means I'll be getting to Sydney so much earlier than planned. Already for my lovely night outside Sydney Airport because I've heard it's going to be pretty bad. But we'll see. This is the first of my 5 flights to Portugal. My lovely New Zealand, land of the long white cloud, Aotearoa. At least it's not raining. And I've got like a bag full of snacks to eat that I've got to have, like vegetables, etc. that I've got to make sure I finish before I get to Sydney because they'll just make me throw them away. It's like leftover tofu, carrots, celery, amazing clouds just below us. Hour number 4, and yes, I've arrived in Sydney. It's my first destination. I've checked with a few different people, and yes, apparently the airport does get locked up at 11 p.m. There's a hotel nearby, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to find out where everyone else is hanging out outside. I've made sure that I've been to the loo. It's 10 p.m. Sydney time. I'll be going outside and enjoying some fresh air. I do think it's kind of weird that like a modern airport in the largest city in Australia locks its airport doors at night. But oh well, I knew in advance, so let's just see what it's like. Travelling on budget airlines, like here in Sydney at the moment, you don't get food, and on a 60-hour journey, I might get a little bit peckish. Now I've already eaten my vegetable sticks and 2 satsumas. This is what I have for the rest of my journey. I've got 3 protein bars, 2 packets of delicious seeded crackers, 2 packets of protein balls, and some oat cakes, plain and chocolate ones. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough to last me for 60 hours, but we'll see. Fasting's supposed to be good for me anyway. Just waiting now to see what happens with the security guard and if we genuinely do get kicked out, or who knows, maybe they've changed the rules. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Fingers crossed. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I managed to have a little bit of broken sleep, but the security guard has just walked past and he's told us all, he's shouted out, "Wake up." And he said, we have to go outside for an hour and a half. We can come back in at 2:30 a.m. I mean, hey, that's way more generous than I'd expected. I thought it was going to close from 11 till 4, so 1 until 2:30 is not too bad. Hopefully the toilet's still open. I'm just going to go and nip to the loo. But then the rest of us, we're all going to be going outside and braving the Sydney weather. Oh well, wish me luck. So I've found my bed for the night, well, for the next few hours at least. Yeah, stash my stuff down here for safety, and I'm gonna have a nice kip. So now I'm really pleased that I've got my raincoat and my fleece and my scarf. Should be quite comfortable. It's now 5 a.m. in Sydney, and I know the light's not very good, but that's because I found the perfect place to sleep. See my little patch of carpet here? Arrivals is around that way. Look how bright it is, and that's where everyone went back to. T2 domestic transfers down that way. And yet I found just the best place. I managed to get a couple of hours sleep, and I'm feeling all good for like the next part of the journey. I'll stay here for a bit longer until they come and kick me out, and then wait until my check-in time at 11 AM. I've managed to find one drinking fountain here in Sydney. Come down towards departures. You can see the lovely wall and the plane, and head this way. I don't know if you can see there in the distance, it says filtered drinking water. There you can fill your drink bottle up, get yourself nice and hydrated for the next leg. But this is the only one that I've seen so far. 7:30 in the morning here in Sydney, which means it's 9:30 AM in Auckland, New Zealand, which makes this just over like hour 13 of my 60-hour journey. And look at this, how lovely, because it's Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon. So I realised it'd be a great idea to come outside and have some breakfast, because I'm not going to get many chances of fresh air like in the next remaining 47 hours. So because Singapore, I might be able to go to the cactus garden on the roof if that's open. That's like the smokers area though. But then Athens, I'm not too sure if I can leave the airport. Maybe I can. But anyway, just for now, lovely blue sky, and it's glorious Sydney morning. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast out here with nature. It's 11 AM in Sydney, which is 1 PM New Zealand time. I'm not too sure what hour that is. I'll put it up. I've just checked in. Even though I did web check-in, you've got to sort of go through and check in at the counter. And I've got seats in the quiet zone, row 8. Ooh, can't wait. From what I can see, Sydney Airport, like the outside bit, arrivals and departures, is pretty dull, pretty boring. But when you come through, my word, look at that. That's where all the fancy stuff is. All of your like perfumes and colognes and things like that. Like your Dior and Hermes, you know? So this is the fancy part of Sydney Airport. Still in Sydney Airport, and I was having a lovely, lovely nap, but then something even better happened. Yay! This is my cousin Philippa and her daughter Emma, and like, oh, it's just so wonderful. They've come over to visit our wonderful cousins in Sydney, so I could have actually seen them after all and didn't, but it's just been such a brilliant catch up. So I'll see you guys the next time I'm in New Zealand.
Yes, definitely.
Yay!
So cool.
1 PM in Sydney, which makes it 3 PM in Auckland, which also makes it hour 19. Oh my word, I do feel a bit tired getting ready for my flight for Singapore. It's just so cool though to see my cousins, you know, like just, yeah, that made me feel so happy. What a wonderful little unexpected treat for the trip. So now it turns out it's lovely, this section by gates 50 to 63. Loads of space, loads of comfortable seats. Should come up here earlier, but I'll wait here for half an hour before it's time to board. How lovely, I've just seen our plane, the flight to Singapore. It's a Pikachu jet, Scoot. So cool. Okay, getting ready to board the Pikachu jet for flight 2 of 5, Sydney to Singapore. Ooh, it's going to be cool. I think it's about 7 hours, I'm not too sure. So it's about 5 PM New Zealand time. Now I have got the aisle seat, but the lovely person beside me has just nipped off to the loo, so I thought I'd show you the view. So it's 7:15 here in Singapore. It's 1:15 midnight in New Zealand, so I'm not too sure what hour it is. I'll have to check. That was a great flight though. Yeah. Welcome to Singapore. Just heading off now. I'll have 6 hours to wait until my next flight to Athens. But that was pretty cool. Flight 2 was excellent, and only 3 more to go. Brilliant. I finally found one of the elusive snooze lounges here in Terminal 1. This is what Leah and I were looking for last time for ages, and like, this is what you get. Like actually a bed. So seriously, Sydney Airport, take note of this. This is what Singapore provides. So I'm just going to have a little sleep now for a few hours. Brilliant. So it turns out the snooze lounge So it turns out after finally founding, so I finally found a snooze lounge. It turns out too bright, too noisy, right by the walkway. It's like, you know, so I've come to like my favourite spot anyway in Singapore Airport, Terminal 1, Changi, right by the water lily garden. Yay! Yep, I'm the only one here. Yes, there will be people walking backwards and forwards, but you can see the wind blowing. I might go out in a bit and get some fresh air. Oh, it's rather windy. I'm going to lie down, have a couple of hours sleep, and then get ready to board my next flight. Flight's at 1 AM, so I think we board around 5 to midnight. It's now 10:30 PM here in Singapore. I've had a really good sleep. It was so wonderful. My usual little spot. I've decided it's time now to like get up, go for a little wander, drink loads and loads of water, do some stretches, and then be ready to go through the transfer area and to board at 11:50, I think. So here's the water lily garden up close. Lovely and warm out here. So there's a cover above me. Even though it's pouring with rain. And I know it's a smoking area as well, but great to get outside and get some fresh air. Yeah, kind of fresh air. After being in aircon for so long. So that's one thing to remember, if you're going to sleep in the airport and if you're sleeping on the planes, etc., it gets really cold inside. So it's always good to make sure you've got like a jacket or a scarf or something like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go and find out which gate I'm at and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, get ready for my third of 5 flights. Ready for boarding, still going through. There's the plane.
Passengers traveling with young children.
Flight 3, Singapore to Athens. So far the flight, like just boarded, I went to Athens. It's not that joyous, so I'll have to get back to you on that. Not a very good vibe. And the zip's just broken on my pocket. I'm devastated. So yeah, not an auspicious start. Yay, the plane's just landed in Athens. It's 7:30 in the morning, which makes it 46.5 hours so far since I left Auckland, New Zealand. So I've got, I think, 6 hours wait here. Better like message Lee to let him know that everything's going well. Check into my IBERIA flights, which would be cool as well. The flight, it was a crowded plane. The scoot plane from Singapore to Athens was just totally busy. Not so good. And a bit of turbulence, but we made it, we're here. Everything's cool. Yay. I'm starting to feel a little bit tired, so I'm going to eat the last packet of the chocolate oatcakes for breakfast, and then I've got another packet of oatcakes, and that should tide me over. It's nice and empty at the moment, maybe because it's, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's all good. I know there's a museum here at the airport in Athens, but you know what? It's like 47 hours now. I feel exhausted. No inclination to go looking at anything, wandering around. I don't know, maybe if I was here for a short amount of time I would. I can barely even be bothered recording this, so don't be surprised if there's not much more coming from this video. We'll see. Why on earth did I think a 60-hour journey with 5 flights would be a good idea? Wearing jeans and carrying like loads and loads of stuff. When will I learn? One day, maybe. Here's a very important frugal travel tip for you when it comes to the airport here in Athens. Downstairs by arrivals, exit 3 by the airport information, just down from the car hire places, is the E-Lounge. Now, I've just spent a very comfortable hour and a half in there, like sitting down, charging my phone with the PowerPoints. I always carry like chargers and cables with me anyway, but comfortable seats, it was really good. So in case your battery's running low and you're waiting, go to the E-Lounge. Oh, and there are computers as well. It is now 1 PM here in Athens, midnight in New Zealand, which makes this hour 52. I think you can really tell my wrinkles. Oh dear. I've just had a lovely video chat with Lee, because he's getting ready to leave the UK. So there is a supermarket here, a little mini store. So I'm going to see if they've got any like apples or broccoli. I'm just craving something fresh. My oat cakes and protein bars and protein balls were delicious, but I want fresh fruit and veg. But just sitting outside, the sun is shining, Greek flag flying, Athens International Airport. Hopefully it's going to be like lovely weather for takeoff when we take off in 3 hours. Oh, not long to go. So it turns out the little supermarket's excellent. It's up by exit 4 and they've got like fresh fruit. 185 a kilo for bananas, apples 178. I'm going to get a red apple. It's good for me for my travelling. 215 for those ones, 198. And there's other fresh things here as well. You can always come and make yourself a picnic. 198 for a bag of like salad. I've got blueberries, strawberries. I was tempted to get these pears, but I don't need 8 little pears. So I think I'll just get like 2 apples instead. Pay a bit more, but they'll be really good. And look at this, I think it's like a 2 kilo bag of oranges for 93 cents. Oh my word. So this little supermarket is excellent value. I felt a bit peckish, so I ended up going for the pears instead. This lovely little packet. And I'm so glad I did, because it turns out it's 1.49 a kilo. This wasn't a kilo, it was only €1.18 for 8 lovely little pears. The supermarket's called AB. It's by exit 5. I'm not too sure of the hours, but great place to come at the international airport if you don't want to pay €15 for a menu deal. You know what I mean? If you're a frugal traveller. That's a great frugal travel tip. It's now 2:30 here in Athens. It's 1:30 AM in Auckland, so it makes it hour 53 and a half, I think. Just come through security. That's really cool. Something I really wanted to say, like kudos to the airport here. There's water fountains everywhere. Unlike some airports, I think it was with Manila, that was pretty bad, pretty dire. But here in Athens, there's loads of drinking fountains. So that's really cool. So just make sure you've got your bottle that you can fill up. It'll be great. And it's still lovely and sunny outside. So hopefully it's going to be a nice takeoff and a lovely smooth flight to Madrid. Then that really quick 45-minute turnaround for the flight to Lisbon. So hope it all goes well. And by that stage Lee will actually be boarding his flight from the UK. And we'll be meeting up at 8:30 at Lisbon Airport. Can't wait. And I've eaten 6 of the 8 pears as well. So my stomach's it's happy that it's had some fresh fruit, but it's also yeah, it's quite active, if you know what I mean. It's all good. Our Iberia plane's just pulled up, so hopefully it can leave on time. Boarded on time. Everyone's loading up. I'm in seat, you can't really see, but seat 3, right at the front of the plane. So that bodes really well for my quick disembarkment in to get to Lisbon, in Madrid. After a 4-hour flight, I'm now here in Madrid airport. Wow! Iberia did very well. Now I have to race off to my next flight, because it's the shortest turnaround yet, 40 minutes. And it was at oh my word, I've just forgotten the number. J56. It's quite tricky because it's a code share, so it's got lots and lots of different numbers. Yep, J56. So race off now. Turns out, yeah, great. It is in the same building, but we landed in H, right down one end of this very long building, and I'm departing from J56, which is still further to go. I've been walking for ages now. Still going, still going, still going. It's freaking enormous. I'm really pleased that we arrived early and that I was seated in like the front row behind business class and was like the 5th person to disembark, because if I'd been right at the back of the plane I think I'd be a bit worried by now. Anyway, first stop is to find a loo and then wait just down here. J56. Sun's just starting to set. On this, my, oh gosh, I can't even remember now. 6:55 AM in New Zealand, so that's, I can't remember what hour it is now. Maybe hour 57. Losing the will to live. Would I do this again so far? Well, see what happens when I get on this last flight, hey? But I think next time I would try to make it like a slightly easier go of it. Yeah, this may have been cheap, a budget way of doing it, but It's taken a long time. 7:25 Madrid time. This is when boarding was supposed to close, but as you can see, it's still going through. But yeah, oh, I'm just so pleased. So close now to Lisbon, the final destination. Excellent, and to seeing Lee again after 2 months. Wow. This plane, the last one, is definitely a lot narrower than the previous one. Not as much space and no charging points. So after 15 months, I'm back in Portugal, back in Lisbon, actually, and it's so cool. Oh, I have so missed this country. Wonderful. So exciting. And I'm going to be seeing Lee shortly to make it even better. Now remember, avoid these like the plague. They'll give an awful conversion rate and they charge a high commission. Not good at all. There's loads to see here, and Terminal 1, Lee's arriving at Terminal 2, but I'm going to meet him at the meeting point. Oh, now the great thing is, because I've had carry-on the whole way, I haven't had to like wait at a baggage claim or wait at a baggage terminal thing. It just makes it so much easier. Absolutely love it. So it means I could go straight through, but with that last connection being like so fast, I could do it really quickly with no worries. We've just met each other.
We just met.
Yeah.
First time in 10 weeks. Yay!
Yay!
Fantastic.
So good. So
Wow.
wonderful. Have you just come through?
Yeah, just come through. I went over there, went online, and there you are. Yeah, I just got your message. Oh wow, it's so cool to see you.
Mwah.
It really
You
is.
too, my darling.
Yay, we made it.
So Lee's had I've had a 62-hour journey. And
Yeah.
Lee's had a
3-hour journey in comparison. Pretty lightweight, I know, but yeah, she is a hero. What about that? That is fantastic, man.
hero or
Yeah.
a blimmin' idiot. That's what I'm thinking now. I don't think I'll do it again.
We made it, and now the start of the Portugal experience.
Yes, so keep watching because we're going to be having some more Portugal videos, go back to some of our favourite places and discovering some new ones as well.
Most definitely. Can't wait. See you in the next one.
Bye for now.
Bye.